one question I have, given that you designed this course, what did you have in mind? What are the things that you had in mind? What were you looking for when you were putting together the contents for the course?
This has evolved, it's changed considerably since it was first introduced in 2009. The whole sport changes, and we look at things and we adapt. Equipment changes. You've heard today how we've introduced new equipment, the bandaging, the hand wrapping equipment, Empire Pro tape are now signed up to the board.
Not sponsored, by the way.
No, sorry.
So hey guys, I'm here, as you know, Carlos Moreno from Moreno Boxing. So today it was my first day on the British Boxing Board of Control course in order to get my second trainer's license. It's a 2-day course. It's very, very insightful. I'm having a fantastic time. I'm learning an incredible amount. As you guys know, I've been doing YouTube for over 5 years now. And most of it has revolved around the technical aspect in terms of the punches, etc. But I'm sitting here today with my man, Les
Potts.
And he's the guy who's been teaching me some things.
Yeah, my background, I'm the Central Area Secretary, but together with Kevin Fulthorpe, who you'll speak to very shortly, we were instrumental in putting together the course in 2009. Today's course is number 71, so we've had considerable experiences throughout that time.
I've only done 1 day of this course, and I've learned more about boxing, the rules and regulations, looking after fighters' well-being, mentally, physically. I've learned more about boxing than I've probably learned in my entire life on this course.
Where have you been hiding?
Where have I been hiding? I've been on YouTube. A young boxer. I've just finished as an amateur or a pro. I've retired, and I want to get into coaching. Yeah. What should I do? What should I look for? How does it work?
You make applications to the board. You have to demonstrate association with the sport, that you've got ties to a gym, that you've got background in the sport, ties to a gymnasium, a trainer, a boxer. There's 2 separate applications that you could make. That of the role of the second and that of the trainer's second. Obviously, the nature, the very words themselves tell you what it does. Second is primarily assisting the trainer at ringside. But as you discovered today, it's not just as straightforward as you thought.
Correct.
Simply handing up and being there in the corner at an event. There are so many aspects of being a second. You can take the boxer to the venue. You take him to the weigh-in, supervise him at the contest. If anything happened to the trainer, effectively, you would be taking over that role. So it's quite a considerable, highly regarded license to hold. And then, of course, you've got the trainer's application, trainer's license, and that says it all. He does everything that the second does, but he also is responsible for the training of the boxer, all the weight management, all the skill sets, everything in respect to the boxer. But it's not a simple license to obtain. You make application to head office, you come for an interview before your area council, whichever area you're from, and you asked a number of very searching questions. They ask you to do some research beforehand so that you can present to them that you understand some of the rules and regulations, the practical aspects of it, but most importantly, that you've got the right background and association. You cannot walk in off the street and become a professional trainer. That's the truth of the matter. You need to have an established background, whether it's in the amateurs or with some other combat sport or in a professional boxing gym, some association with it. You've been in that gym for a period of time. It's easier if you come to the council and have the interview and you're able to produce a lot of documentation demonstrating that you've got considerable experience in the amateurs, or you're a professional fighter who's reached the end of his career and decided he's going to venture into the training side. So it's not easy.
It's quite comprehensive. That's quite a lot. But yeah, guys, I highly recommend it, whether you are a professional boxer and you're thinking, okay, someday I'm gonna want to be a coach, whether you're an amateur fighter right now, whether you're an amateur coach and your fighter might one day want to be a pro and stick with you, or whether you just want to learn more about boxing. I think this is where the main thing for me is I'm not in a rush specifically to want to train this guy or that guy. I'm actually enjoying learning so much more about the sport. I'm actually enjoying about the safety aspects, the regulation aspects. And I would assume that if I was still competing at this time, it would make me a much better fighter, just knowing so much more. When I was an amateur, what I actually did, I used to go on the ABA website back when it was called ABA, and I used to look at the scoring sheets, how they scored, the regulations, and I actually looked at all of that in order to kind of get more of an understanding of what my job should be as an amateur boxer, and I found that it helped me gain a lot more success. One question I have, given that you designed this course, what did you have in mind? What are the things that you had in mind? What were you looking for when you were putting together the contents for the course?
This has evolved, it's changed considerably since it was first introduced in 2009. The whole sport changes, and we look at things and we adapt. Equipment changes. You've heard today how we've introduced new equipment, the bandaging, the hand wrapping equipment, Empire Pro tape are now signed up to the board.
Not sponsored, by the way.
No, sorry. But it contains the board logo, and it can be used in specifically to for the glove laces to seal the gloves. Really, apologies for.
No, it's fine. I'm joking. It's a joke. It's
right. So it has evolved. When we first set out, I spent some considerable time in different gyms, talking and putting together what this course should contain. We sat down together, Kevin, Robert Smith, the General Secretary, a number of other people, and we devised the contents of this course. But like I say, it's evolved, things have changed. We've introduced things, we've taken some stuff away. We've learned things as we've gone on. I learned something today about the amateurs and the taping and the gloves and so many other things that you learn all the time.
Okay, so question, 3 quick tips on if someone wants to be a trainer, professional boxing trainer, what should they be looking to do? What makes a good trainer in your opinion? 3 quick tips.
The first one is go to an amateurs, sign up to the amateurs, evolve, spend some considerable time with them, do their training courses, form an association, gain the qualifications, because you'll be in a much stronger position when you ultimately make the step to become a professional trainer and you come for your interview. So that's first of all. Training, you heard me say today, you wear a number of hats. You have to have that firm association with the gym. You have to have the respect of the boxers who you're working with, and that doesn't come easily. That takes time. So you spend a lot of time with the boxers and you become part of that family group. And then stick your head in the rule book as well, because training and being a representative of a boxer, to me, is not just about skill sets, fitness, nutrition. You're looking after that kid, and we're in the sport of boxing, professional boxing. It's a paid sport, and if you don't conduct yourself properly and act appropriately and properly in respect to the rules, you could get turned over. Yeah. You'll lose your lass some money.
Yeah. And
that's what this sport is about, unfortunately.
Yes, it is.
It would be wonderful if it was just a good sporting event, but nothing is. At the end of the day, people make a good living from it, but we want to keep it safe as the overriding thing.
So always, guys, protect yourself at all times, not just in the ring.
Yeah, more so outside the ring. Somebody famously said that, and it's true.
You heard it here, guys. Thank you so much for having you. Like this video, subscribe, share this video. Any other questions you have, just put them down in the comment section. I'm going to link the website for the British Boxing Board of Control down in the description, so you guys can click. For those of you wanting to apply to be trainers or wanting more information, I'm going to leave a link so you can go and read up about the rules and regulations. What can I say? I'm enjoying it. I'm loving the course. I've learned so much. Any questions you have, just ask me, and if I don't know the answer, I'll come to these guys. Okay? Peace.